My name is Chananga. I do not tell stories. I remember what the world chose to forget. Tonight, I will speak a name that my ancestors never dared to pronounce after sunset, only once. Aziza. If you hear that name whispered in the jungle, walk away. Do not answer. Do not look back. And whatever you do, never follow the laughter. When I was still a boy, my master led me into the oldest part of the forest. No hunter entered that place. No birds nested there. Even the wind refused to cross it. The elders called it the silent canopy. Not because it was peaceful, because nothing living dared to make a sound beneath it. For 3 days we walked without speaking. Every few hours my master scattered white ash behind our footprints. I asked him why. He replied, "So the forest forgets we were ever here." I laughed. I still believed fear belonged only to children. That was the last day I ever laughed inside that jungle. On the 4th morning, we reached a tree unlike any I had ever seen. Its trunk was wider than a house. Its roots disappeared into the earth like enormous serpents. But something was wrong. Nothing grew around it. No grass, no flowers, not even insects. Only black soil, as if the ground itself had died centuries before. My master removed every necklace from his neck. He laid them on the earth. Then he bowed, not to the tree, to whatever lived behind it. Without warning, I heard children laughing, soft, playful, happy. I smiled. There are children nearby. My master grabbed my arm so hard I thought he had broken it. His face turned pale. There are no children here. The laughter came again, closer. This time, I could hear tiny footsteps circling us, but whenever I turned, nothing stood there. Only trees, only shadows, only silence. Then I saw it, a small figure, no taller than my knee. Its skin looked like old bark. Its eyes glowed like burning coals. Its smile was too wide for its face. It stared at me, then disappeared behind another tree. A second later, another appeared, then another, always watching, always smiling, never blinking. My master whispered, "Whatever happens, do not follow them. They never run from you. They lead you." But curiosity has killed wiser men than I. I took one step, then another. The tiny creature looked back and smiled. Then it vanished. I followed. The forest changed. The air became heavy. The sunlight disappeared. The trees seemed taller. The roots twisted across the ground like giant snakes. Behind me, I could no longer hear my master, only laughter. Hundreds of tiny voices laughing together. None of them sounded human anymore. I stepped into a clearing. My blood froze. The ground was covered with footprints, thousands of them, tiny, bare feet, all pointing toward me, not away, toward me. Only then did I understand. I had not found them. They had been waiting for me. They emerged without making a sound. 1, 5, 20, 100. Small bodies, ancient faces, eyes that reflected no light. No one spoke, no one moved. They only smiled. Then the oldest among them raised one finger. Every other creature did the same. Suddenly, I felt something pulling at my mind. Not my body, not my soul, my memories. I forgot my mother's face, then my father's voice, then the sound of my own name. I opened my mouth to scream and realized I could no longer remember who I was. The oldest Aziza stepped closer. It touched my forehead. Its hand was cold, not like stone, like something that had never been alive. Then it whispered with my own voice, "Stay, forget, become one of us." At that very moment, my master entered the clearing. He carried no weapon. He shouted no prayer. He threw a handful of white ash into the air. The wind rose instantly. The laughter stopped. Every Aziza looked toward the sky. One by one, they vanished into the trees. Not Not running, not hiding, simply gone. As though the jungle itself had swallowed them whole. I collapsed. Hours later, I woke beside our fire. I asked my master what they truly were. He stared into the flames for a long time. Finally, he answered, "People believe Aziza are guardians of ancient wisdom. That is only half the truth. They guard memory. When someone enters the sacred forest with greed, or pride, or curiosity, they do not take his life. They take the person he used to be." I asked him, "Has anyone ever escaped them?" He nodded, "Yes, but they never return whole. Some forget their families, some forget their language, some forget how to love, and a few forget they were ever human." Years passed. My master grew old. Before he died, he gave me one final warning. Never return to that tree. Never speak their name after sunset. And if, one night, you hear children laughing deep inside the jungle, hands began to shake. For the first time, I saw fear in the eyes of the man who had taught me everything. He whispered, "Do not wonder why children are there. Wonder who is laughing with them." Since that night, I have crossed forests no map remembers. I have stood before temples swallowed by roots. I have sealed rituals buried beneath black stone. But there is one place I have never entered again. Because some doors are not guarded by walls. They are guarded by those who wait patiently for someone curious enough to follow the laughter. And if, someday, you find yourself alone in an ancient jungle and a child's laughter echoes behind the trees, do not turn around. Because if you see an Aziza, it already